What's up, world? This your boy Kiro B back again for another video. We here after a couple days of NBA free agency starting for the off season, and I'm fairly, I must say, I'm very excited. First and foremost, by how my Lakers have restructured this roster. I'm glad that all those reports of Kyrie Irving possibly becoming a Los Angeles Laker was put to rest. He re-signed back in Dallas for 3 years, and the Lakers kept this core group of players together, the players that we traded for at the trade deadline last season. I'm glad that we're keeping that core together. I think if the Lakers have a full off season, a full training camp, with this roster, we tweaked around a couple pieces, got rid of Beasley, got rid of Mo Bamba. Probably should have kept Mo Bamba, but the pieces and the players that we got, that we kept Austin Reeves at a pretty reasonable price. We kept Hachimura at a pretty reasonable price. I think we give that group a full training camp. Who knows what the potential will be. I do think we can continue to compete for a title next season. Denver's the best team in the West right now. Where do my Lakers rank? Maybe I'll probably say third, maybe second or third, um, behind or ahead of Phoenix. Um, I don't know. It's too early to tell in the off season, but let's continue to see what these teams do and go from there. Speaking of Denver, Bruce Brown going to the Indiana Pacers. I think that's going to be a slight hit for the Denver Nuggets, as far as what the energy, the defense, and the hustle plays that he brought off the bench. I do think that will hit them as far as their playing style a little bit enough to where they probably won't compete for another finals run, i.e., another championship. But I do think that was a major loss for them. But hey, Bruce Brown, go ahead and get that money while you can. I also think I feel that Fred Van Fleet going to the Houston Rockets. People say that the Rockets probably overpaid for Van Fleet, and rightfully so. Maybe they did overpay for him, but it's better. I believe that if if a team is under the salary cap and they don't use that money on certain players, then they eventually lose that money. So at some point, they had to spend some of that money under the cap space that they had available. And Fred VanVleet, he's a good player. He's going to bring veteran leadership. Hopefully, he brings a competitive attitude to that roster because there's a bunch of young kids on that team, and they really have no direction, no guidance. So hopefully, Fred VanVleet can bring some kind of uplifting to that team. Also, they do have a new head coach, Imani Doku. Um, I think he's a year out of the spotlight with all his transgressions and what he went through last season. I think that's all behind him. Give the man another chance. America's built on second chances. Um, but he's looking to bring a different culture to Houston. And I only hope that the Houston Rockets don't want to bring James Harden back. Why bring James Harden back to Houston if you got rid of him to start this rebuild all in the same process. It just don't make no sense to me for James Harden to go back, and it wouldn't make any sense for the Houston Rockets to want to bring him back. So hopefully they don't go down that direction. Continue to build around what you got. If I had to be surprised by any move that has happened so far this offseason, honestly, it'd have to be Draymond Green re-signing with the Golden State Warriors for 4 years, $100 million. I was under the impression that he was as good as gone. He didn't play good at all in the 2022 finals against the Celtics, and after the punch that he laid on Jordan Poole and the Warriors organization paying Poole and paying Andrew Wiggins, I was under the impression that Draymond Green was playing in his final games, and this was his final season as a Warrior. And honestly, what I was thinking was that if Draymond was to leave the Warriors, Phoenix would have been a good fit for him because Bradley Beal, Booker, Kevin Durant, those guys was going to need a point guard. And Draymond Green, even though he's not a traditional set to play point guard, he can set up the offense. So I just thought that would have been a good fit. But however, it is good that Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green get one more chance at grabbing another championship for their dynasty run. And those are just a couple of my quick thoughts on the beginning of this off season. We still have a few months to go before we go into the next season. Continue to support my channel, subscribe, like this video, and I'll keep you guys updated on my thoughts and opinions on what's going on, anything having to do with the NBA and basketball.